Did you know that 99% of deaths after the age of 75 come down to just a few key reasons? Many people believe that dying in old age is simply a part of life. But in reality, most of these deaths are caused by risks that could have been prevented. Risks that often go unnoticed until it is too late. The issue is, by the time people recognize what is happening, their health has often declined and their options are limited. However, if you understand these threats now, you can take action to protect yourself and live longer than you might expect. In this video, we will reveal the top 5 causes of death after 75, the ones that account for nearly all the deaths in this age group. Some may seem predictable, while others might catch you off guard. Either way, knowing them is the first step toward lowering your risk. These are not just numbers. They represent real people, real families, and real decisions that can make the difference between facing serious health problems or enjoying a longer, healthier life. Watch until the end, because none of these 5 causes are unavoidable. In fact, with a few simple changes, many have managed to reduce their risk, stay active, and live well into old age. The choices you make today could influence how capable, energetic, and independent you stay in the years to come. Let's begin. Number 1, heart disease. Heart disease continues to be the top cause of death for people over 75, yet many are unaware of how much influence they have over it. The heart is a muscle, just like any other. It stays strong with care, or weakens when neglected. The problem is, you might not notice any signs until real harm has already occurred. Many assume that slowing down, feeling tired, or getting short of breath is simply part of getting older. But often, these are signals that your heart may not be as healthy as it should be, and that deserves your attention. One of the biggest drivers of heart disease is high blood pressure. Over time, it puts extra pressure on your arteries, making the heart work harder than it should. The tricky part? You cannot feel it. There is no pain, no clear symptoms, nothing to warn you until a heart attack or stroke forces you into a crisis. That is why so many people over 75 end up in the hospital, asking themselves how it happened when they felt fine just days earlier. Another major reason is poor nutrition. Years of eating processed food, too much salt, and unhealthy fats slowly harm the body, clogging arteries and blocking blood flow. But here is what many people overlook. It is not only about cutting out bad foods. You also need to eat the right ones. Your heart needs proper fuel to stay healthy. If your meals lack important nutrients, damage can build up quicker than you might think. And then there is inactivity. Your heart is not made to sit still all day. When you stop moving, circulation slows down, your muscles weaken, and the heart misses the workout it needs to stay strong. You do not have to run races, but staying active in a way that suits you, whether walking, stretching, or doing simple exercises from a chair, keeps your heart functioning well and lowers your risk in a big way. The biggest mistake people make is assuming heart disease is just something that runs in the family or naturally comes with age. They hear about parents or siblings who had heart problems and think it is unavoidable. But the truth is, small daily choices matter. What you eat, how you move, and how you handle stress, all of it adds up and plays a role in keeping your heart strong. Your heart remains strong or starts to weaken depending on the choices you make. If there is one message to take from this, it is this: your heart health is more in your hands than you may believe. What you decide today can shape how healthy your heart stays in the years to come. And the best time to start taking care of it is right now. Number 2, falls and injuries. One of the most serious and often ignored dangers after 75 is not an illness. It is falling. It can happen instantly. One wrong step, a moment of lightheadedness, a slippery surface, and suddenly everything changes. A broken hip, a head injury, or even what looks like a small bruise can quickly become something far more serious. What makes this even more dangerous is that most people are unaware of how at risk they are until it happens. Here is a surprising fact. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths among older adults. They cause millions of emergency room visits every single year. For many, one fall starts a decline they never fully recover from. A hip fracture can lead to months in bed, loss of independence, and a higher chance of infection and other problems. Yet despite how often this happens, fall prevention is not taken seriously until someone experiences it up close. The problem is, as we grow older, balance, strength, and reaction speed slowly decrease. But because it happens bit by bit, we often do not notice. You may feel fine walking around your house, doing your regular tasks. Then one day, you reach for something, lose balance, and the fall takes over. The body does not bounce back the way it used to. A stumble that was once no big deal can now cause lasting damage. And what makes it worse, fear of falling can actually lead to more falls. After one scare, many older adults begin avoiding movement. They stop taking walks. They skip stairs. They limit what they do because they are afraid. But the less you move, the weaker your muscles get. And the weaker your muscles get, the more likely you are to fall. It becomes a downward spiral, and it can quickly take away your freedom. Here is the positive part. Falls are not unavoidable. In fact, there are simple but very effective ways to lower the risk. Strengthening your legs and core, improving your balance, and making small changes around the house, like adding better lighting, using non-slip rugs, and putting in strong handrails, can be the difference between staying active or dealing with a major injury. Another risk many do not consider is medication side effects. A lot of prescriptions can cause dizziness, sleepiness, or sudden changes in blood pressure that increase your chances of falling. If you have ever stood up too fast and felt dizzy, that is your body giving you a sign that something needs to be checked. Having a conversation with your doctor about your medicines, making sure they are not increasing your risk, and being aware of how they impact your balance could help you avoid serious harm. Falling is not just about tripping over something. It is about staying strong, staying balanced, and being aware of small things that can make a big difference. Because after 75, even one fall can change everything. Taking smart steps now can mean years of freedom, movement, and a much better quality of life. If you are still watching this video and finding the information useful, type number 2 in the comments so I know you are here. And if you have not subscribed yet, I suggest you do and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your support allows us to keep creating helpful content that informs and motivates. Now, let's continue. Number 3. Respiratory diseases. Breathing is something we rarely think about until it becomes harder. As we grow older, our lungs do not work as well as they used to, and even mild breathing issues can become serious fast. What starts off as a light cough or shortness of breath can lead to long-term illness, infections, and even hospital stays. After the age of 75, respiratory problems become a leading cause of death, not because they cannot be avoided, but because they are often left untreated until they get worse. A major concern is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. This includes conditions like emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, the airways become irritated and narrowed, making breathing harder and harder. Many older adults ignore signs like regular coughing, wheezing, or feeling winded, thinking it is just part of getting older. But these are signs that your lungs need care. Then there is pneumonia. It might seem like just another infection, but in older adults it is far more serious. A simple cold or chest congestion can quickly develop into something life-threatening. That is because, with age, the body becomes less effective at fighting off infection. Many hospital visits in people over 75 are due to pneumonia, and in far too many cases, the infection leads to a fast decline in health that the person never fully bounces back from. Another hidden threat is air quality. Years of breathing in dust, pollution, or secondhand smoke slowly damage the lungs. Even inside your house, things like mold, pet hair, and indoor chemicals can trigger breathing issues, often without you noticing. And if you already have conditions like asthma or COPD, these irritants make symptoms worse. Small steps, like improving air quality at home, using air filters, or avoiding smoky areas can go a long way in protecting your lungs. One of the best and often overlooked ways to keep your lungs in good shape is to stay physically active. Many people do not realize that the lungs, like any part of the body, need movement to stay healthy. When you stay active, your lungs expand more fully, helping to clear mucus and keep your airways open. But sitting for long hours limits this, increasing the risk of infection and weakening lung performance. Even light movements, like walking or gentle stretching, can help your lungs stay stronger for longer. Another important part of lung health is vaccination. Many older adults do not realize how important it is to stay up to date on shots for pneumonia, flu, and other lung infections. These easy preventive steps can greatly lower your chance of getting very sick. It is not just about avoiding a common cold. It is about stopping serious issues that can lead to hospital stays or worse. Taking a small action like getting vaccinated can mean the difference between a short illness and a major health emergency. Breathing should never feel like a struggle, but for many people over 75, it does. Not because it must, but because they have not taken the right steps. If you do not act early enough, your lungs will suffer. Your lungs work every second to keep you alive. Taking care of them, making them stronger, and protecting them from infections is one of the best ways to improve both your health and independence. Number 4. Stroke. A stroke happens suddenly without warning, and in a moment life can change forever. It is one of the top causes of death after 75, yet many people do not realize how many early signs and risk factors they can control. The problem is, a stroke does not usually offer a second chance. When it happens, the damage is often permanent. Here is what most people do not know. Up to 80% of strokes can be prevented. That means the choices you make today could decide whether you stay independent or face a life-changing event. A stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is blocked or when a blood vessel bursts. When this happens, brain cells start dying within minutes. The longer the brain lacks oxygen, the worse the damage becomes. Some strokes are mild, causing only short confusion or slight weakness. Others can leave people paralyzed, unable to speak, or completely dependent on help. And far too often, a stroke can be fatal. One of the biggest risk factors is high blood pressure. Over time, too much pressure weakens the arteries, making them more likely to burst or get blocked. Just like with heart disease, high blood pressure often shows no symptoms. That is why many people do not know they are at risk until a stroke happens suddenly. Another common cause is irregular heartbeats, like atrial fibrillation, AFib. Many seniors have this without knowing. When the heart beats irregularly, blood can pool and form clots. If a clot travels to the brain, it can cause a stroke in seconds. The good news is that a simple medical checkup can find these problems early, and treatment can greatly lower your risk. Then there is diet and lifestyle. Eating too many processed foods, too much salt and unhealthy fats raises the chance of strokes. Not moving enough causes blood to thicken and circulation to slow down. The best way to lower your risk is by staying active, eating healthy foods, and keeping blood pressure in check. Small changes, like adding leafy greens, cutting down on salt, and drinking more water can make a big difference. One thing that is often missed is mini strokes, called TIAs, transient ischemic attacks. These cause brief vision problems or confusion. Even if the symptoms go away, do not ignore them. Getting medical help right away could be the difference between avoiding a stroke and suffering its serious effects. The most important thing to remember is, you have the power to lower your stroke risk. Checking your blood pressure regularly, eating a heart-healthy diet, staying active, and knowing the early signs can help you keep your independence and avoid the life-changing results of a stroke. The sooner you act, the better your chances of protecting yourself. If you are still watching and find these tips useful, please comment number 4 below to show you are here. If you have not subscribed yet, I suggest you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss any videos. Your support helps us keep making valuable content to inform and motivate you. Now let us move forward. Let us continue with number 5, cognitive decline and related issues. One of the most difficult realities of aging is the gradual loss of memory, thinking skills, and independence. Cognitive decline does not happen suddenly. It slowly creeps in, causing small changes that are easy to ignore at first. But as time goes on, these small problems turn into something more serious. The ability to handle daily activities, recognize familiar faces, or make good decisions starts to weaken. For many, it is more than just a problem. It becomes dangerous. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease do not just affect the mind. They also put the whole body at risk. As cognitive skills decline, so does the ability to care for one's own health. Simple tasks like remembering to take medicine, eating well, or noticing signs of illness become harder. Many seniors with dementia forget to drink enough water, which can lead to serious dehydration. Others may eat too little or too much, causing poor nutrition or weight gain that raises the risk of other health problems. One of the biggest dangers is accidents. Forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving the door unlocked at night, or wandering outside alone in unsafe places are all serious risks that grow as cognitive decline worsens. For many seniors, this leads to a sad truth: losing their independence. They may no longer be able to live safely alone, and without proper care, their health can get worse even faster. The most frightening part is that many people do not notice they are losing mental sharpness until it is already advanced. Early signs like forgetting names, having trouble following conversations, or misplacing important items are often ignored as just part of aging. But actually, these small warnings are your brain's way of saying something is wrong. The sooner you act, the better your chances of slowing down the decline and keeping your mind sharp and healthy for many years. One of the best ways to protect your brain is to stay mentally active. Like muscles in your body, your brain needs exercise to stay strong. Reading, learning new things, solving puzzles, or having deep talks all help keep your brain busy and lower the risk of decline. Here is something many people miss. Physical exercise is just as important as mental work for brain health. Moving your body increases blood flow to the brain, which helps protect memory and thinking skills. Another important factor is social interaction. Being isolated or lonely speeds up mental decline very quickly. Talking regularly, meeting friends, and staying involved in a community can really help keep your brain sharper for longer. The more you challenge your mind with new experiences and meaningful connections, the stronger it becomes. Of course, diet plays a big role too. What you eat directly affects your brain's health. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins found in foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts help protect against decline. On the other hand, eating too much processed food, sugar, and bad fats causes inflammation in the brain, raising the risk of dementia. A healthy brain begins. A healthy body starts with the choices you make today, which can shape how well you think and perform in the future. Losing mental abilities is not a guaranteed part of aging. By taking the right actions now, keeping your mind and body active, staying connected with others, and choosing healthy foods, you can greatly lower your risk. Your brain works like any other part of your body. The more care you give it, the stronger it stays. Final thoughts. As we finish this video, take a moment to reflect on everything discussed. Heart disease, falls, breathing problems, stroke, and memory loss. These 5 issues cause almost all deaths after age 75. But here is what really matters. They are not unavoidable. Most people do not realize how much control they have over their health until it is often too late. The truth is small, steady choices starting today can add years of strength, clear thinking, and independence to your life. No one likes to think about getting older, but ignoring these risks does not make them disappear. The good news is that knowing about these risks gives you power. Recognizing the signs, taking steps to prevent problems, and putting your health first means you do not have to live in fear of the future. Instead of focusing on limits, you can focus on living longer, stronger, and enjoying life fully. Now think about your own daily habits. Are there areas where you could improve? Maybe eating better, moving more, getting regular health checkups, or staying socially and mentally active. Whatever it is, remember this. You do not have to change everything all at once. Even one small step in the right direction can start you on the path to better health and a longer, fuller life. At this point in life, your health is your greatest strength. The more you protect it, the more time you can spend with those you love, keep your independence, and live without fear of health problems you can prevent. Every day is a chance to care for yourself, and the choices you make now will decide how strong and able you stay in the coming years. Thank you for joining us today. We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts matter to us, so please share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep making good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.